Okay, guys, welcome to the stream. I'm going to fly the 777 today from Lisbon to Paris. It'll be just over an hour's flight. Okay, that's my traffic injector. Sorry about that. Sorry. Okay, let's get this show on the road. We start with a good battery.
Clearance delivery Air France 7025 Heavy IFR to De Gaulle, ready to copy.
Air France 7025 Heavy is cleared to De Gaulle Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 02 climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Departure frequency is 119.55 squawk 5502.
Air France 7025 Heavy cleared to De Gaulle Airport is filed. Takeoff runway 02 climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Departure on 119.55 squawk 5502.
Air Portugal 217 hold position. Caution the Boeing 737 on short final. Air France 7025 Heavy readback correct. Contact ground on 118.505. Good day. Hold position Air Portugal 217.
Air France 7025 Heavy requesting pushback.
Air France 7025 Heavy pushback request accepted.
Cockpit ground, stand by.
Air Portugal 217 hold position. Caution the departing Airbus. Hold position Air Portugal 217.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
We are cleared for start and push.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in
Air
sequence.
Portugal 217, continue taxi.
It will start in the
Air
sequence.
Portugal 217, hold position. Caution the departing Airbus.
Okay.
Hold position, Air Portugal 217. Air Portugal 217, hold position, caution, the departing generic.
Ground Air France 7025 Heavy requesting the end of pushback.
Air France 7025 heavy request to end pushback received. Hold position, Air Portugal 217. Air Portugal 217, hold position. Caution the departing Airbus. Hold position, Air Portugal 217.
Ground,
pushback
please
completed.
cancel pushback
Air
approaching.
parking brake.
Ground Air France 7025 Heavy with Alpha ready to taxi IFR.
Taxiway Alpha 4 Golf 1, Golf 2 Foxtrot, Uniform, 2 Uniform, 1 Mike 5. Contact tower on 119.555 when ready.
Roger. Pushback canceled.
Taxi to and hold short runway 02 using taxiway Alpha for Golf 1 Golf 2 Foxtrot Uniform 2 Uniform 1 Mike 5 Air France 7025 Heavy.
Air Portugal 217, hold position, caution, the departing generic. Hold position, Air Portugal 217. Air Portugal 217, continue taxi. Air Portugal 217, hold position, caution, the departing generic. Hold position, Air Portugal 217. Air Portugal 217, continue taxi. Roger, Air Portugal 217. Portugal 217 hold position. Caution the bowling on the taxiway. Air Portugal 217 continue taxi. Roger Air Portugal 217. Clearance delivery Air Portugal 257 IFR to Toronto ready to copy. Air Portugal 217 hold position. Caution the bowling on the taxiway. Air Portugal 257 is cleared to Toronto Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 02 climb and maintain 12,000 feet. Departure frequency is 119.55 squawk 1563. Air Portugal 217 continue taxi. Air Portugal 257 cleared to Toronto Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 02 climb and maintain 12,000 feet. Departure on 119.55 squawk 1563. Roger Air Portugal 217. Air Portugal 257 read back correct. Contact ground on 118.505. Good day.
Tower Air France 7025 Heavy ready for IFR departure runway 02.
Air France 7025 Heavy altimeter 29.80 wind 112 at 4. Cleared for takeoff runway 02.
Cleared for takeoff runway 02 Air France 7025 Heavy.
Heavy contact, Lisbon Center on 119.55. Good day.
Going to 119.55 Air France 7025 Heavy. Lisbon Center Air France 7025 Heavy is passing 2,000 feet climbing 11,000 feet.
Air France 7025 Heavy Lisbon Center altimeter 29.80 continue to Megam as planned. Air France 7025 Heavy climb and maintain 17,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 17,000 feet Air France 7025 Heavy.
Air France 7025 Heavy climb and maintain flight level 200. Turkish 1756 traffic is 9 o'clock 4 miles at 3,100 feet Boeing. Report them in sight.
Climb and maintain flight level 200 Air France 7025 Heavy.
Air France 7025 Heavy traffic is 3 o'clock 3 miles at 3,000 feet Airbus. Report them in sight.
Air France 7025 Heavy traffic in sight.
Lisbon Center Air Air Portugal 217 is passing 1,100 feet, climbing flight level tree 60.
Start the smart car center.
Alpine 7362, you are tree 4 miles north of Lisbon.
Fuck yeah.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Contact tower on 120.355. Air Portugal 217 Lisbon Center altimeter 29.80, continue as planned. Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Tower on 120.355 Alpine 7362. Turkish 1756, have the Boeing in sight. Portugal 846 is passing 1,100 feet, climbing flight level tree 60. Air Portugal for tree, you are tree 6 miles northeast of Lisbon. Maintain present heading and altitude. Contact tower on 120.355. Air Portugal 846 Lisbon Center altimeter 29.79, continue as planned. Maintain present heading and altitude. Tower on 120.355 Air Portugal for tree. Portugal 846 traffic is 9 o'clock, 2 miles at 400 feet Airbus. Report them in sight. Air Portugal 846 have the Airbus in sight. Air Portugal 846 traffic is 7 o'clock, 2 miles at 300 feet generic. Report them in sight. Air Portugal 846 have the generic in sight. Ryanair 4752 traffic is 10 o'clock, 4 miles at 300 feet generic. Report them in sight. Air France 7025 heavy climb and maintain flight level 330.
Climb and maintain flight level 330 Air France 7025 heavy.
Air Portugal 846 traffic is 2 o'clock, 4 miles at 2,800 feet Boeing 737. Report them in sight.
Lisbon Center Air France 7025 heavy. Request flight level 350.
Air France 7025 heavy climb and maintain flight level 330. Expect flight level 350.
Climb and maintain flight level 330. Expect flight level 350 Air France 7025 heavy. Lisbon Center Air France 7025 heavy. Request flight level 330.
Air Portugal 1027, you are 81 miles northeast. Descend and maintain 16,000 feet. Expect vectors, ILS runway 20 approach. Air France 7025, heavy climb and maintain flight level 290. Expect flight level 330. Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect vectors, ILS runway 20 approach. Air Portugal 1027.
Climb and maintain flight level 290. Expect flight level 330 Air France 7025 heavy.
Easy 1369er, you are 58 miles northeast of Lisbon. Maintain present heading and altitude. Contact tower on 120.355. Maintain present heading and altitude. Tower on 120.355, easy 1369er. Beeline 3815, you are 82 miles north. Descend and maintain 12,000 feet. Expect vectors, ILS runway 20 approach. 4,000 feet, expect vectors, ILS runway 20 approach beeline tree 815. Air France 7025, heavy climb and maintain flight level 330.
Climb and maintain flight level 330 Air France 7025 heavy.
Beeline tree 815 traffic is 8 o'clock for Myles at flight level 240 generic. Report them in sight. Alpine 8717 traffic is 10 o'clock for Myles at flight level 215 Airbus. Report them in sight. Beeline tree 815 traffic in sight. Alpine 8717 have the traffic. Chanix 251 have the traffic. Iberia 6585 heavy traffic in sight. Tango Papa Oscar, you are 80 miles northeast. Descend and maintain 12,000 feet. Expect vectors, ILS runway 20 approach. Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect vectors, ILS runway 20 approach. Generic Tango Papa Oscar. Iberia 6588 heavy traffic is 9 o'clock 4 miles at flight level for 10 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Beauty 7212 traffic is 10 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 370 Airbus. Report them in sight. Beauty 7212 have the traffic. Iberia 6588 Heavy have the Boeing 737 in sight. Iberia 6588 Heavy contact Madrid Center on 118.275. Good day. Going to 118.275 Iberia 6588 Heavy. Romeo Golf Papa contact Madrid Center on 118.275. Good day. .275 for generic Romeo Golf Papa. Lisbon Center 2A Jet 2262 is passing flight level 350, descending flight level 350. 2A Jet 2262 Lisbon Center, continue to Costi as planned. Lisbon Center, generic Charlie November Romeo Golf Papa, is at flight level 370, descending flight level 370. Generic Charlie November Romeo Golf Papa Lisbon Center, continue as planned.
You're not on smart cars, Mr. Peanam.
Lisbon Center Condor 1448 is passing flight level 360, descending flight level 360. Condor 1448 Lisbon Center, continue to Hotel India Echo as planned. Air France 7025 heavy traffic is 3 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 350 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Air France 7025 heavy traffic is 2 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 280 Boeing 737. Report them in sight.
Air France 7025 Heavy have the Boeing 737 in sight.
Europa 7315 traffic is 6 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 315 Boeing. Report them in sight. Air France 7025 heavy contact Madrid Center on 118.275. Good day.
Going to 118.275 Air France 7025 Heavy. Madrid Center Air France 7025 Heavy flight level 330.
Air France 7025 Heavy Madrid Center, continue as planned. Lufthansa 1782, contact Lisbon Center on 119.55. Good day. Ryanair 669er tree traffic is 12 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 280 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Europa 7234 traffic is 12 o'clock 1 miles at flight level 270 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Going to 119.55, Lufthansa 1782. Europa 7234 have the traffic. Ryanair 669er, tree traffic in sight. France Soleil 7644, contact Lisbon Center on 119.55. Good day. .55 for France Soleil 7644. Madrid Center Europa 7315 is passing flight level 285, descending flight level 280. Europa 7315 Madrid Center, continue as planned. Lufthansa 1782, contact Lisbon Center on 119.55. Good day. .55 Lufthansa 1782. 4 traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles at flight level tree 70 Airbus. Report them in sight. Easy Tree 861 traffic is 3 o'clock 4 miles at flight level tree 60 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. KLM 16904 have the Airbus in sight. Easy Tree 861 traffic in sight. Red Nose 4527 traffic alert. 1 o'clock less than 1 mile, flight level, tree 30 Boeing. Report them in sight. Red Nose 4527 have the traffic. American 741 heavy traffic is 8 o'clock 3 miles at flight level tree 70, Boeing 737. Report them in sight. France 1276 traffic is 10 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level tree 60 Airbus A321. Report them in sight. Easy 89er 14 traffic is 10 o'clock 3 miles at flight level tree 70 Airbus. Report them in sight. Air France 1276 traffic in sight. Easy 89er 14 traffic in sight. Speedbird 269er tree traffic is 11 o'clock 4 miles at flight level tree 60 Airbus. Report them in sight. Scandinavian 1819er traffic is 2 o'clock 3 miles at flight level tree 80 Airbus. Report them in sight. Speedbird 269er tree traffic in sight. Scandinavian 1819er traffic in sight. Easy 89er 14 traffic is 10 o'clock 4 miles at flight level tree 60 generic. Report them in sight. Portugalia 64 tree traffic is 9 o'clock 3 miles at flight level tree 60 Airbus A321. Report them in sight. Ryanair 5766 traffic is 9 o'clock 4 miles at flight level tree 60 Airbus. Report them in sight. Scandinavian 1819er traffic is 10 o'clock 4 miles at flight level tree 60 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Easy 89er 14 have the traffic. Scandinavian 1819er have the traffic. Tango Papa Tango traffic is 8 o'clock 2 miles at flight level tree 60 generic. Report them in sight. Merak 64 tree traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles at flight level tree 60 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. KLM 169er 4 traffic is 1 o'clock 3 miles at flight level tree 70 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Royal Air Merak 64 tree have the traffic. KLM 169er 4 have the traffic. Eurowing 760 tree traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles at flight level tree 60 Airbus. Report them in sight. Eurowing 75 tree 2 traffic is 1 o'clock 4 miles at flight level tree 60 Airbus. Report them in sight. Eurowing 760 tree have the traffic. Ryanair 5785 traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles at flight level tree 60 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. KLM 169er 4 traffic is 3 o'clock 4 miles at flight level tree 60 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. KLM 169er 4 have the Boeing 737 in sight. Qatari 707 Heavy have the Airbus in sight. Madrid Center Air Portugal 437 is at flight level 350 descending flight level 350. Air Portugal 437 Madrid Center continue to Busan as planned. Red Nose Tree 621 traffic is 12 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 330 Boeing. Report them in sight. Qatari 707 heavy traffic is 9 o'clock 2 miles at flight level 360 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Red Nose Tree 621 traffic in sight. Qatari 707 heavy traffic in sight. Madrid Center Ryanair 3524 is at flight level 370 descending flight level 370. Ryanair 3524 Madrid Center continue to Bravo Lima November as planned. 707 heavy traffic is 1 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 360 Airbus. Report them in sight. Iberg Street 69er 2 traffic is 9 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 370 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Ryanair 3524 traffic is 9 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 340 Airbus. Report them in sight. KLM 169er 4 traffic is 3 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 360 Airbus A321. Report them in sight. Iberg Street 69er 2 have the traffic. Ryanair 3524 have the Airbus in sight. Air Portugal 437 have the traffic. Air France 7025 heavy contact Brest Center on 123.75. Good day.
Going to 123.75 Air France 7025 Heavy. Brest Center Air France 7025 Heavy flight level 330.
Ryanair 7055 contact Brest Center on 124.725. Good day. Air France 7025 Heavy Brest Center, continue as planned. Going to 124.725 Ryanair 7055. Brest Center Easy 8902, flight level 340. Easy 8902 Brest Center, continue to observe as planned. France Soleil 76904, contact Madrid Center on 118.275. Good day. .275 France Soleil 76904. Speedbird 501 traffic is 9 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 360 Airbus. Report them in sight. Condor 1440 traffic is 5 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 370, Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Nordic 5079er traffic is 12 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 350 Airbus. Report them in sight. Condor 1440 have the traffic. Brest Center, Air Portugal 1352, flight level 380. Air Portugal 1352 Brest Center, continue to Alesso as planned. Ryanair 650 tree traffic is 1 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 360, Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Chanex 186 traffic is 11 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 360 Airbus. Report them in sight. Alpine 79er 29er traffic is 9 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 360 generic. Report them in sight. Nordic 5079er have the Airbus in sight. Chanex 186 have the traffic. Alpine 79er 29er have the generic in sight. Line 201 heavy traffic in sight. Royal Air Merak 802 have the Airbus in sight. Channel 186 traffic is 7 o'clock 3 miles at flight level tree 60 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Channel 186 traffic is 7 o'clock 2 miles at flight level tree 60 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Channel 186 traffic alert. For a clock less than 1 mile, flight level tree 60 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Easy 8902 traffic is 12 o'clock 4 miles at flight level tree 70 Airbus. Report them in sight. Scandinavian 771 tree traffic is 9 o'clock 3 miles at flight level tree 60 Airbus. Report them in sight. Easy 8902 have the Airbus in sight. Scandinavian 771 tree traffic in sight. Easy 8902 traffic is 11 o'clock 4 miles at flight level tree 90 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. KLM 1695 traffic is 9 o'clock 3 miles at flight level tree 60 Airbus. Report them in sight. Easy 8902 have the Boeing 737 in sight. KLM 1695 have the traffic. Air Canada 877 heavy traffic is 1 o'clock 4 miles at flight level tree 30 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. 2A Jet 2116 traffic is 9 o'clock 3 miles at flight level tree 60 Airbus. Report them in sight. Transavia 58 tree traffic is 11 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level tree 60 Airbus. Report them in sight. Speedbird 501 traffic in sight. Ryanair 4752 traffic is 10 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level tree 70 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Luxair 155 traffic is 9 o'clock 3 miles at flight level tree 60 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Ryanair 4752 have the traffic. Luxair 155 have the traffic. Jet 2116 traffic is 1 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level tree 60 Airbus. Report them in sight. Easy 8902 traffic is 3 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level tree 30 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Jet 2116 have the Airbus in sight. Easy 8902 have the traffic. Center, generic November Sierra Zulu Tree 674 is at flight level 185 climbing flight level 190. Generic November Sierra Zulu Tree 674 Breast Center, continue to Hotel India Echo as planned. 4752 traffic is 1 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 370 Airbus. Report them in sight. Condor 1404 heavy traffic is 1 o'clock, 3 miles at flight level 360 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Ryanair 4752 traffic in sight. Red Nose 369er 2 traffic is 2 o'clock, 3 miles at flight level 350 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Condor 1404 heavy have the Boeing 737 in sight. Condor 1404 heavy traffic is 10 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 360 Airbus. Report them in sight. Easy 7788 traffic is 2 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 390 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Royal Air Maroc 639er traffic is 9 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 370 Airbus. Report them in sight. Easy 7788 traffic in sight. Royal Air Maroc 639er traffic in sight. Red Nose 369er 2 traffic is 9 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 360 Airbus. Report them in sight. Easy 8902 traffic is 1 o'clock, 3 miles at flight level 370 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Easy 8902 traffic in sight. Air France 7025 heavy traffic is 1 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 350 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Luxair 713 traffic is 2 o'clock, 3 miles at flight level 320 Boeing. Report them in sight.
Air France 7025 Heavy have the Boeing 737 in sight.
Luxair 713 traffic in sight. Canada 89er 1 Heavy, flight level tree 60. Air Canada 89er 1 Heavy Breast Center, continue to Urkham as planned. Luxor 71 tree traffic is 11 o'clock tree miles at flight level tree 60 generic. Report them in sight. Ryanair 9er 789er traffic is 10 o'clock 2 miles at flight level tree 50 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Luxor 71 tree, have the generic in sight. Ryanair 9er 789er traffic in sight. Luxor 71 tree, have the Boeing 737 in sight. Ryanair 4752 traffic is 9 o'clock tree miles at flight level tree 60 generic. Report them in sight. Ryanair 9er 789er traffic is 2 o'clock tree miles at flight level tree 60 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Ryanair 4752 traffic in sight. Ryanair 9er 789er traffic in sight. France 7025 heavy contact, Paris Center on 119.825. Good day.
119.825 for Air France 7025 Heavy. Paris Center Air France 7025 Heavy flight level 330.
Air France 7025 Heavy Paris Center, continue to Charlie Hotel Whiskey as planned. Generic Tango Alpha Whiskey, contact Breast Center on 123.75. Good day. One, 2, 3.75 for generic Tango Alpha Whiskey. Air France 7025 heavy traffic is 1 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 360 Airbus. Report them in sight. Beeline 1659er traffic is 1 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 320 Boeing. Report them in sight.
Air France 7025 Heavy, have the Airbus in sight.
Speedbird 2612, contact Paris Center on 125.7. Good day. Boeing 1814, contact Paris Center on 125.7. Good day. 125.7 for Speedbird 2612. Ryanair 1202, contact Paris Center on 125.7. Good day. Beeline 1659er traffic in sight. Paris Center, Ryanair 9er, 789er, flight level 360. Ryanair 9er, 789er, Paris Center, continue to Charlie Mike Bravo as planned. Beeline 1659er traffic is 11 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 360 generic. Report them in sight. Air France 480 heavy contact, breast center on 124.8. Good day. Beeline 1659er, have the generic in sight. Ryanair 9er 789er traffic is 2 o'clock 1 miles at flight level tree 60 Airbus. Report them in sight. Beeline 1659er, contact breast center on 123.75. Good day. 124.8 Air France 480 heavy. Paris Center 2A Jet 408, flight level 350. Air France 7025 heavy descend and maintain flight level 210. Beeline tree 799er, contact Paris Center on 125.7. Good day. 2A Jet 408 Paris Center, continue to Costi as planned. Ryanair 29er 46 traffic is 9 o'clock 3 miles at flight level tree 20 Boeing. Report them in sight.
Descend and maintain flight level 210 Air France 7025 heavy.
Ryanair 29er 46 have the Boeing in sight. .7 for Beeline tree 799er. Paris Center, generic India Tango Yankee 604 is at flight level 185 climbing flight level 190. Generic India Tango Yankee 604 Paris Center, continue to Sierra India Echo as planned. Air France 7025 heavy, please expedite your descent, flight level 210. Paris Center, Dreamjet 300, flight level 340. Dreamjet 300, Paris Center, continue to Delta Quebec Oscar as planned. Paris Center Air France 474 Heavy is passing 16,000 feet climbing, flight level 240. Air France 474 Heavy Paris Center altimeter 29.87, continue to Kaiser as planned. Air France 7025 Heavy, please expedite your descent, flight level 210. Ryanair 29er 46 traffic is 11 o'clock 4 miles at flight level tree 60 generic. Report them in sight. Ryanair 9er 789er traffic is 11 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 350 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Ryanair 29er 46 have the generic in sight. Ryanair 9er 789er have the traffic. Dreamjet 300 traffic is 9 o'clock 4 miles at flight level tree 60 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Ryanair 4752 traffic is 9 o'clock 3 miles at flight level tree 40 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Ryanair 4752 traffic is 2 o'clock 3 miles at flight level tree 40 Airbus. Report them in sight. Dreamjet 300 traffic in sight. Dreamjet 300 traffic is 9 o'clock 4 miles at flight level tree 40 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Air France 7025 heavy contact, Paris Center on 125.7. Good day.
Going to 125.7 Air France 7025 Heavy. Paris Center Air France 7025 Heavy is passing flight level 265, descending flight level 210.
Air France 7025 heavy Paris Center, continue to Peanam as planned. Air Portugal 442, you are 42 miles southwest. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Keep speed, not above 250 knots. Expect ILS runway 06 approach via Odolo transition. Cleared to Odolo. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 06 approach via Odolo transition. Cleared to Odolo Air Portugal 442. Air France 7025 Heavy, you are 60 miles southwest. Descend and maintain 15,000 feet. Keep speed, not above 250 knots. Expect ILS runway 08 left approach via Banix transition. Cleared to Banix. Air France 7025 Heavy, descend and maintain 9,000 feet. Keep speed, not above 250 knots.
Descend and maintain 9,000 feet. Keep speed not above 250 knots. Expect ILS runway 08 left approach via Banix transition. Cleared to Banix Air France 7025 Heavy.
Paris Center Royal Air Maroc 764 is passing 10,700 feet, climbing 13,000 feet. Royal Air Maroc 764 Paris Center altimeter 29.85. Continue to Odolo as planned. Ryanair 1686 traffic is 3 o'clock 3 miles at flight level tree 60 Airbus. Report them in sight. Royal Air Maroc 764 traffic is 5 o'clock 4 miles at 9,400 feet Airbus. Report them in sight. Royal Air Maroc 764 have the traffic. One two tree decimal 875 easy 4066. Condor 1466, contact Paris Center on 119er decimal 825. Good day. Paris Center easy 4066 10,000 feet. Easy 4066 Paris Center altimeter 29er decimal 85. Continue to Odolo as planned. 119er decimal 825 Condor 1466. Air Portugal 442 traffic is 1 o'clock 4 miles at 13,000 feet generic. Report them in sight. Royal Air Maroc 764 traffic is 2 o'clock 2 miles at 10,000 feet Airbus A321. Report them in sight. Air Portugal 442 traffic is 12 o'clock 4 miles at 13,000 feet generic. Report them in sight. Air Portugal 442 traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles at 10,000 feet Airbus. Report them in sight. Royal Air Maroc 764 traffic is 8 o'clock 1 miles at 10,000 feet Airbus A321. Report them in sight. Air Portugal 442 traffic is 1 o'clock 4 miles at 10,000 feet Airbus. Report them in sight. Air France 7025 heavy descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Air Portugal 442 contact Orly approach on 118.855. Good day.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet Air France 7025 heavy.
118.855 Air Portugal 442. Royal Air Maroc 764 traffic is 4 o'clock 3 miles at 10,200 feet Airbus. Report them in sight. Easy 4066 traffic is 1 o'clock 2 miles at 10,000 feet Airbus A321. Report them in sight. Air Portugal 442 have the traffic. Royal Air Maroc 764 traffic in sight. Easy 4066 traffic is 10 o'clock 2 miles at 12,100 feet generic. Report them in sight. Air Portugal 442 contact Orly approach on 123.875. Good day. Air France 596 heavy traffic is 12 o'clock 4 miles at 11,800 feet generic. Report them in sight. Air France 596 heavy traffic is 11 o'clock 4 miles at 10,000 feet Airbus. Report them in sight. Royal Air Maroc 764 traffic is 12 o'clock 1 miles at 9,700 feet Airbus. Report them in sight. .855 for Royal Air Maroc 764. Transavia 6654 traffic is 9 o'clock 4 miles at flight level tree 10 generic. Report them in sight. Ryanair 9er 789er traffic is 4 o'clock 4 miles at flight level tree 40 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Transavia 6654 have the traffic. Dreamjet Tree 00 traffic is 12 o'clock 4 miles at flight level tree 40 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Dreamjet Tree 00 have the Boeing 737 in sight. on 118.7 Air Portugal 442. Airhop 1529er, you are 48 miles southwest. Descend and maintain 8,000 feet. Keep speed, not above 250 knots. Expect ILS runway 08 right approach via Bannock's transition. Clear to Bannock's. Descend and maintain 8,000 feet. Keep speed, not above 250 knots. Expect ILS runway 08 right approach via Bannock's transition. Clear to Bannock's Airhop 1529er. Air France 7025 heavy descend and maintain 5,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Air France 7025 heavy.
Tower on 118.7 Air Portugal 442. Air France 7025 heavy contact, de Gaulle, approach on 133.8. Good day.
Going to 133.8 Air France 7025 heavy. De Gaulle approach. Air France 7025 heavy is passing 7,000 feet, descending 5,000 feet.
Air France 7025 heavy, de Gaulle approach altimeter 29.86, continue to CF08L as planned.
Okay, flaps 10. 10, Patty. Everything's coming alive, so
Air France 7025 Heavy, you are 20 miles west of de Gaulle. Contact de Gaulle Tower on 119.63 when inbound on the approach.
Tower on 119.63 Air France 7025 Heavy. De Gaulle Tower Air France 7025 Heavy 19 miles west inbound ILS runway 08 left approach.
Air France 7025 Heavy de Gaulle Tower. Altimeter 29.88, wind 017 at 12. Cleared ILS runway 08 left approach.
Cleared ILS runway 08 left approach
Yep,
Air France
Peanam.
7025 Heavy.
hey, Bruce. How you doing?
Doing okay.
De Gaulle Tower Air France 769er, 39er, miles southwest inbound ILS runway 08 left approach. Air France 769er tree, De Gaulle Tower. Altimeter 29.88, wind 018 at 12. Cleared ILS runway 08 left approach. Cleared ILS runway 08 left approach Air France 769er tree. De Gaulle Tower Turkish 182517 miles west inbound ILS runway 08 left approach. Turkish 1825 De Gaulle Tower. Altimeter 29.88, wind 018 at 11. Cleared ILS runway 08 left approach. Cleared ILS runway 08 left approach, Turkish 1825. 7025 Heavy, follow the aircraft on final. Wind 019er at 1 tree. Caution the generic landing runway 08 right. Cleared to land runway 08 left.
Clear to land runway 08 left Air France 7025 Heavy.
Turkish 1825 number 2 for landing. Follow the Boeing on final. Wind 019er at 1 tree. Caution the generic landing runway 08 right. Cleared to land runway 08 left. Cleared to land runway 08 left number 2 Turkish 1825. Air France 769er tree, exit runway when able. Air France 769er tree, contact ground on 121.908.
400.
121.908 for Air France 769er tree. Turkish 1825, go around. Air France 769er tree, follow the aircraft on short final. Wind 029er at 16. Caution the generic landing runway 08 right. Cleared to land runway 08 left. Cleared to land runway 08 left Air France 769er tree. Air France 769er tree, go around. Air France 7025 heavy exit runway when able. Air France 769er tree, contact de Gaulle approach on 126.4 tree. Good day. Air France 7025 heavy, contact ground on 121.81.
121.81 Air France 7025 Heavy.
Tree for Air France 769er tree.
Ooh. Negative 166. I will take that.
Very good. Did you have smart cars running?
Oh, you know I didn't start it.
Too bad. I didn't know where you were at. I looked at Eastern Hops, so I didn't see you listed there, so... And you weren't on flight events either.
Yeah, screwed himself, didn't I? Oh, come on. Stupid keyboard. What's going on?
Then I look at the maps, and then I decide if I want to fly with anybody. Hack and Jeff down the other end, they're always doing overnight flights that are just over the ocean or something, so it's not easy to join in with them.
Sorry, Bruce. My fucking keyboard is not working. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh. Yeah, something must be. Why is the fucking plane not stopping? Well, I'll put my parking brake on, that'll stop it. No, maybe that's why. Yeah, I forgot to start my smart cars and then I had to go out. And I was already committed by time, so... Tell you what, I'm just going to park it here. Got time for a quick flight if you got anything you can do in half an hour.
Oh, half an hour is all you got?
Yeah, I'm going out to watch the football match, soccer match, football.
Oh, no. Usually 30 minutes isn't really enough for me. I usually like to do an hour.
Yeah, well, my game starts at 3, so...
3 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock here, plus 5 is 2. 2 o'clock your time. Yeah, I'll just watch you fly. It'll take me half of that time just to get my simulator loaded up. So this football match you're going to, is it a professional or kids or something? Or
Yeah, professional.
so this is your team or something?
Yeah, my side, yeah.
You're in Nottingham, right?
That's correct.
Was the Nottingham such and suches or something?
Yeah, Nottingham Forest.
Okay.
I think it's on... Is it on my gamer icon on Discord? Yeah, it's got like that. You can see my screen.
Oh, that symbol there. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's yeah. And the 2 stars above it represent winning 2 European Cups.
Of course, they could have just called them the Nottingham Hoods or something like that, like Robin.
Yeah, well, that's what the tree represents, Sherwood Forest.
Yeah.
And then the wiggly lines at the bottom represent the River Trent.
Oh, okay.
which run through the city and where the ground basically is. Okay.
So there's this guy from the UK who lives in America, has a YouTube channel. It's pretty popular, and he talks about the differences between the UK and the US. He's been living in the US for 15 years or something. So one of the things he mentioned was that you guys apparently have a pancake day.
Oh yeah, Shrove Tuesday.
And we don't do that here. We generally serve pancakes throughout the year, so we don't have a special day for it.
Huh? Oh no, I just had
So
cereal.
he's kind of like bummed out. He says, you don't really just have a pancake day, so.
Yeah, it's some old traditional.
And then he said that your pancakes are like thinner, more like what we would call crepes or something.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'd say the same. It's a crepe.
Our pancakes are probably about, half an inch thick or something, kind of fluffy, flat, fluffy things. You put maple syrup on them and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, my girls also like those kind of pancakes. So they would have them now and again, occasionally, different, not every week sort of thing. Not as much as you guys. But yeah, the Shrove Tuesday, what we just had is like say more pancake day, and it's more like say crepes. And traditionally you just sprinkle a bit of sugar on the crepes, and you'd use a citrus fruit like orange or something. And
yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, you had that little plastic lemon thingy you squirt on them or something.
I don't use the plastic one. I would use a fresh lemon. Yeah,
you cut a real slice of lemon and put it on.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and a real orange, nice big juicy like Jaffa orange. What time taking Barry out? Yeah. What now? Okay. Alright, let's see if I remember to start the smart cars before I take off. And I'm going to start on the runway, which I never normally do.
Start what? On the runway?
Yeah, push for time. Did a couple of those FSC economy flights earlier.
So when you go to the game, do they have like concessions and things and
Jersey Tower EasyJet
food or stuff?
7025 ready
Obviously
for
you would
departure
have
runway
that, right?
08 IFR to Cardiff.
Oh yeah, they have.
Easy
Yeah, all that sort of stuff.
025 altimeter.
Not cheap either.
Do you have like hot dogs and beer? That's what they would have here.
Yeah, pints of lager. You get lager by the pints, and also, you know, pies. It's normally like a pies.
Oh, okay.
Which one?
Hot dogs. I don't know if you know what hot dogs are, right?
Oh yeah, I know what we know what hot dogs are.
Yeah, that's our standard fare here. Particularly baseball games. Hot dogs and beer. Popcorn too. How popular that is out there. Go to the movies here. That's your typical movie fare here is popcorn and Coke or something.
Yeah, popcorn and
7025
fizzy drink.
Center on 120.
You know, you can sit in VIP seats,
Good day.
getting like VIP seats, and you can get beer in there as well, nachos and stuff like that.
Do you have a VIP seat?
Yeah, some of the cinemas, yeah, you can. Don't have to sit with everybody else. You like sit like a row right at the back. You get like big reclining chairs, and they bring you like beer on tap, and get like say snacks and stuff to munch through the film. Put your feet up.
Oh, okay.
Costs you about, say if the average ticket's £10, it costs you probably £20 for that ticket.
Yeah, in this country, that's how the movie theaters make their money is off concessions. The prices are so darn high on the concessions.
Oh yeah, any kind of food at the cinema. Most people, like if my missus goes and like say you take the kids, she go to the local shop first and buy all the sweets and stuff that they'd have to buy when they're in there for like say a fraction of the price. Then she'd just buy them a drink.
And that's what my mother used to do. My mother used to sneak in the candy into the movies in a big purse.
I don't even know. How am I supposed to be going?
Usually just buy one drink and a big drink and a big popcorn and just share it with my wife and daughter. So we haven't been to the movies in 3 years ever since COVID came along. It stopped going.
Yeah, me too. I ain't been anywhere like that. Long time.
Continue to Bravo Lima, November as planned. IT Aero 604 heavy contact breast center on 124.725. Good day.
That was in the middle of COVID, which I discovered on Discord and all these flight simulators.
Oh no way!
Didn't have really much else to do.
Going to 124.
Oh, I didn't start my smart cars again.
604 heavy.
Oh no.
Said to you when it was late, no, just one thing I gotta do is start the smart cars.
I probably distracted you. I wish it was automatic. There was somehow that they could make it so it would just automatically start your flight, would read your, your FMC or whatever it is, and it would know where you're going and just do it automatically. You could always reject it at the end if you didn't like it.
Yeah, it's like I say, you should be able, when it starts it should say, oh, you wait for the game, it should say pending. Because you like say you have to put all the details in, don't you? And then you have to then start the game, wait for the game to come on. You should be able to like start it then, and then like I say it automatically starts then.
Because I don't like having to enter everything twice. It's like I'm after doing your flight plan and I have to do it again for smart cars. mean, it's just a hassle. It's just sort of just more work I have to do. And all I want to do is just have fun flying.
EasyJet 7025 climb
Yeah,
and maintain
makes me
flight
feel
level
like say I've got to
180.
write, get a big checklist out.
10x 186, contact London Center on 118.475. Good day.
Climb and maintain flight level 180 EasyJet 7025.
118.475 10x 186. Finnair 68 heavy contact, breast center on 124.725. Good day. Air France 650 heavy contact, London Center on 118.475. Good day. Breast center, Blue Max Tree 208, flight level tree 70. Blue Max Tree 208 Breast Center, continue to Bravo Lima, November as planned.
Ah, so you're playing West Ham United.
Yeah, that's correct.
I'm looking at the website here.
118.475 for Air France 650 heavy.
Last 5 games, lost to Tottenham Hotspur.
124.725 Finnair 68 heavy.
And if you can see the league,
English Premier League.
and if you see where we are, there's only about 5 points or so, 5 points around at the bottom of the league, you see. And my team's not been in the Premier League for 20 years, and this is our first season back in there.
Breast Center, Ryanair 5749er.
What is the
flight level
Premier League?
350.
Sorry, what is?
Ryanair
What do you mean, but what does the
5749er,
Premier
Breast
League
Center,
mean, English
continue to
Premier
deadline
League?
It's
as planned.
the top division. So in like yours, you have I presume that they're all like all equal divisions, but all got like teams from certain. I don't know. You have like Conference West and North and all that, don't you? So you just like separate leagues, and then at the end of the day, the best ones out of each one play off to go for the Super Bowl. Is that how it works?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, in England, you have divisions. So the highest division of football with the top 20 teams in it is the Premier League. Then you have another league underneath that which is called the Championship. Then you have another league under that called League One. And you have another league under that called League Two.
Well, how do you get into the Premier League?
Climb and maintain flight level
Well,
280
you have to
EasyJet
basically be
7025.
one of the best teams in the country.
Okay.
So, for instance, when the Premier League was invented, all they did was took what is now called the Championship, which is the officially like the second tier. They basically says, right, we're going to call the top tier now the Premier League, and then whoever's already in that league will be in it, because they're just renaming the league. But over the years, its popularity around the world's basically meant the amount of money and sponsorship that's gone into it is like absolutely ridiculous. So, for instance, my club was running in the second tier division. They've been running at probably a financial loss of about £10 million a year.
Oh.
But getting promoted to the Premier League, instantly we got £200 million in sponsorship money.
Wow.
Good day.
So there's like, once you get in there, you don't want to get out of it, because every year it's worth a minimum 200 million a year sponsorship. And obviously when you're running at £10 million a year loss as a business,
Going to
you know,
118.475
it's
EasyJet
people are owning the clubs
7025.
of basically people who've got money to burn.
7025 is at flight level 220, climbing flight level 280.
Wow.
So obviously, when you then get into the Premier League, the riches are massive. So you players now, you're talking last year, our top earning player was probably on 20,000 a week. This year, our top earner's on more like 150,000 a week.
Oh my goodness.
So it also then lets you attract the best players from all over Europe, where their teams and don't have that much as much money to pay the players' wages. So their best players come to the Premier League now, and all the best players come to the Premier League because one, it's where you get the best money, and it's the most watched football league now in the world.
Wow. Wow.
So today my team's away, like I say, at West Ham, which is basically East London, and we don't need to lose today.
Let me ask you, so how much does your ticket cost to go to this game?
About £32.
£13?
32.
£32, okay.
Yeah.
That was probably what, it was about $50?
Yeah, but it differs between the clubs. So the bigger clubs, so per se, Arsenal's and teams like that in London, they'll charge more like £68 for a ticket.
Wow.
And that'll be their cheapest ticket. They'll have different price tickets, but like I say, their cheapest one will be £68. And wherever you then sit in the stadium more towards the centre of the pitch, then those tickets become more expensive.
Edelweiss 5 traffic is 1 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 340 Airbus. Report them in sight. Edelweiss 5 contact Brest Center.
Yeah, so the Premier League would be pretty much our top rank, our professional leagues. And it sounds like what you're describing, those other ones that you mentioned would be like our semi-pro and our minor leagues, what we call minor leagues here.
Descend and maintain.
No. We have in England 4 top-tier professional leagues. And like I say, you have the Premier Leagues at the top, Championship, League 1, League 2. They're all professional footballers. They all full-time just do football.
But do they play each other?
Oh, do they? What? Sorry, play each other?
Yeah, do they?
The only time you'd get one from the low division playing the other one is in what we have cup competitions. So your football is just based on winning the Super Bowl. Well, in the UK you have what's called the League Cup, and then you have what's called the FA Cup, which is the Football Association Cup. And basically every team in the country, even like down, it goes pretty much down to semi-professional teams. So like your local town team, all get entered in the FA Cup at the lowest level, and they could basically go as to the final effectively if they could. Do you know what I mean? If it was good enough.
They've been enough, right?
But you know, normally a lot of them get to like the official first round of the cup, and that's when they basically start injecting the lower divisions into the cup. And then once it gets to about the third round of the cup, then all the teams, like all the Premier League teams, then they're all entered into the cup. So that's when the smaller teams get their opportunity, if any, to basically.
Smaller teams have to weed themselves out to get to the point where they can play the bigger teams.
Yeah, they've got to go quite far in the competition to get there, but you know it happens every year, and these teams get there. I mean, just a couple of weeks ago, you know, obviously Hollywood actor Ryan Reynolds. You know Ryan Reynolds?
Yes.
Yeah, he's basically, him and his mate have bought a football team called Wrexham, which is like just in North Wales, and they're basically in the league which is just under the professional league.
Okay.
So they're trying to get into the bottom tier of the professional league into League 2, the Tier 4, and they're like at the top of that league to get into this league. And he's basically done some show on Netflix, called We Are Wrexham,
Okay.
and basically it's him and his mate, and it follows them all around the town, and obviously the football team and whatever that they basically bought into.
EasyJet 7025 climb.
He's the guy married to Blake Lively, right?
I'm not sure who he's married to. I just
250 EasyJet 7025.
yeah, I just know he's into the football team, like I say, because his team, like I say, basically the other week they played a tier 2 football team in the cup last week, and they drew with them at their place. They nearly beat them, and then they had to, because there was a draw after full time, you have a replay at the other team's ground, and then basically they got beat there. But no shame, there was a lot lower league down the leagues than the team that beat them. But that's where my team was last year, was like say tier 2, but this year we're now in like tier 1, so Premier League.
118.775 for EasyJet 7025. Manchester Centre EasyJet 7025 is at 17,300 feet, climbing flight level 250.
EasyJet 7025 Manchester Centre altimeter 30.05. Continue to mule it as planned. Tomjet 7674 contact London Centre on 118.475.
Manchester City
Good
last
day.
Yeah, Man City are the champions, and we got.
It was full.
Yeah, it was not a good result away there.
For Tomjet 7674.
Manchester United.
Yeah, that was in the cup competition. That was actually the semi-final, though, to be fair. So we got to the semi-final in our first season back in the top flight.
EasyJet 7025, please expedite your climb flight level 250.
Arsenal is number 1. Already know, I think. Manchester City, Manchester United, Nottingham, Newcastle, Fulham, Brighton, Liverpool, Chelsea, Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest 13.
Yeah.
Leicester, Wolverhampton,
Manchester Centre, Air France
Everton,
334 flight level 400.
West Ham United, Leeds United, Southampton.
Air France 334 Manchester Centre. Continue to Alpha Lima Bravo.
And yeah, we got West Ham United, so you can see they're below us. So, like I say, we don't need to be losing to them today. You taking your key?
7025, please expedite your climb flight
Say again?
level 250.
Yeah, I
You've got
sort of
a key.
drifted away from sports. I was
Yeah, because I'm
following college.
going to watch football at
American
Dan's.
football, our football.
So if you're not back, I'll be gone.
Even when the Atlanta Braves in baseball, I'll follow them.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Keep
Even
speed
that, not
not
too
above
much.
185 knots. Expect ILS.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, my team's last time we was in the Premier League was 22 years ago.
Wow.
So we've missed out on a lot of money.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Keep speed not above 185 knots. Expect ILS runway 09er approach. Via Bravo Romeo India transition. Clear to Bravo Romeo India. Easy 569er. EasyJet 7025. Please expedite your climb flight level 250. Speedbird
Oh, and check.
2155 heavy traffic is 2 o'clock 2 miles at flight level 390 Airbus. Report them in sight. 7025, please expedite your climb flight level 250.
Shut up.
EasyJet 7025, contact Cardiff approach on 119.155.
Yeah, you're not going back in.
Good day.
Going to
Must be
119.155
awfully close to the
EasyJet
soccer field.
7025.
Only
Cardiff
30 minutes
approach
before the
EasyJet
game starts.
7025 is at
Yeah, not too far.
12,500 feet, climbing flight level 250.
EasyJet
Sam,
7025,
somebody will be coming to pick me up, so
Oh, that's good.
As planned.
and maybe that's why I'm trying to squeeze it in before they get here.
EasyJet 7025, please expedite your climb flight level 250. EasyJet 7025, please expedite your climb flight level 250. EasyJet 7025, please expedite your climb flight level 250.
I'm sure the airport's somewhere over there on the left.
EasyJet 7025, please expedite your climb flight level 250.
1500.
EasyJet 7025, please expedite your climb flight level 250.
Says here, the English clubs have been banned from European competition for 5 years following the Azale Stadium disaster in 1985.
Via Charlie Delta Foxtrot transition.
Yeah, Heysel, and that was due to
Keep speed not
Proud
above
disaster
185 knots.
occurred on
Expect
29th of
ILS
May
Zulu
when
runway
mostly
30 approach via Charlie Delta
fans
Foxtrot
escaping from a
transition
breach by
cleared to Charlie
Liverpool
Delta
fans
Foxtrot
That's
EasyJet
right,
pressed against the
Liverpool
7025.
collapsing
fans.
wall in the Hazel Stadium in Brussels
Scumbag
for the
scousers.
start of the 1985 European Cup final. 39 people, mostly Italians and Juventus fans, were killed and 600 were injured in the confrontation.
Okay, coming around on the runway.
EasyJet 7025, please expedite your climb flight level 250. EasyJet 7025, please expedite your climb flight level 250. EasyJet 7025, climb and maintain 2,200 feet.
Climb and maintain 2,200 feet EasyJet 7025.
Got some wind here.
Someone's streaming live on YouTube, live West Ham United versus Nottingham Forest. Someone's commenting on the
400, 300, 200, 100, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 5.
Negative 82. Right, Bruce, I'm gonna shoot.
Alright, well, you have enjoy your game.
I will do. Maybe see you in the morning.
Yeah.